Welcome, friends. Before we start, here are some easy meanings of special words you might not know. If you want to skip this section and go straight to the story, just choose the next chapter. Remember, these simple meanings are here to help you understand our story better. You can also find these meanings in the video description. If you don't know a word, you can look there. Flashback. Thinking about something that happened in the past. It's like a memory that comes into your mind suddenly. Rotary phone. An old-style telephone with a round part you turn to make a call. Dimly lit. Not very bright or with little light. Lured. Tempted to do something, often by a promise of a reward. Desperate. Feeling a strong need for something and willing to do almost anything to get it. Confronted. Faced someone or something directly, often to challenge them. Technician. A person who has skills with technical things, like machines or scientific equipment. Outskirts. The areas that are on the edge of a city or town. Jumble. A mix of things in no particular order. If you have any questions, or if you want to know more words or need other tools related to the stories, please write a comment. We read and respond to all comments because we want to help you. Enjoy the story. Happy learning.
A man woke up surprised and a little scared. He was completely confused about where he was. He found himself in unknown surroundings. He appeared to be inside a secluded cabin in the heart of a thick jungle. He could not remember anything. He wore simple clothes. They felt strange to him. The room was small. It had a bed, a table, and a window. The window was closed. He could not see outside. On the table, there was a notebook and a pencil. They seemed used. The room was very quiet. Sometimes he heard music that sounded far away. The man felt lost and scared. He did not know who he was. He did not know why he was in the cabin. He had a flashback. The man saw himself walking in an office, shaking hands with someone. The memory disappeared quickly. He spent a long time in the cabin's basement. He heard voices from above. They were not clear. The voices talked about a plan. They talked about a deadline in 2 days. The man wanted to find out more but felt afraid. He had another unclear flashback. He remembered being in a car watching a building at night. He was taking photos. Then, poof! The image was gone. Another night came. The man had an idea. He used the pencil and the notebook. He made a tool to open locks. He worked hard on the lock. At last, it opened. He walked very quietly across the floor. He did not want to make noise. He found a hidden room. Moonlight came in through a crack. The room had strange equipment and papers. He had another fuzzy flashback. He saw himself looking at documents with formulas. He seemed worried and seriously concerned in this flashback. He knew this was important. He tried calling the police using a rotary phone that he found there. He was very quiet, but he had to stop. He heard footsteps. The man hid. He saw people come in. The men talked quietly. They sounded worried. When they were not looking, the man ran away. He was very scared. It was morning. The sun was rising. Police cars arrived at the cabin. Many police officers started to look around. They found the equipment and papers. The man watched all this from a safe place. He felt many different feelings. Another flashback. His memory was clearer. He remembered talking to someone about a job. They said it was for investigating a company. but he saw himself discovering it was about something very dangerous. One of the cops asked him for his name. He became lost in thought and had another flashback. Everything was clear to him now. His name was Clyde Mercer. In his flashback, Clyde was sitting in a dimly lit cafe, his eyes fixed on a man sitting across from him. This was where it had all begun. The man, Mr. Dixon, worked for a corporate investigation firm. Mr. Dixon needed someone unknown, someone who was not known in their line of work. Clyde was struggling with high debts. He was a simple man and had left his job. Why? He was lured into easy money by gambling. This made him owe a lot of money to a lot of dangerous people. This job sounded simple and easy. Easy job. Just watching some people, Mr. Dixon had said, sliding a file across the table. Keep an eye on our competitors. Snap a few photos. Easy money. Desperate, Clyde didn't ask too many questions. They paid him a lot. The job started small. He felt like a detective, which was exciting for him. He followed people, took notes, and photographed meetings. It all seemed harmless. One night he was outside a lab taking pictures of people carrying strange items. He also saw some men there who he had seen with Mr. Dixon. Something didn't feel right about the whole situation. He heard bits of talk about formulas and deliveries. Something felt wrong. He confronted Mr. Dixon, demanding answers. "We are just watching a competitor of our client," Dixon assured him, but he couldn't look at Clyde in the eye. Another night, Clyde decided to follow one of the lab technicians. He traced him to a warehouse on the outskirts of the city. What he saw there scared him. Lots of equipment and drums, more than a normal company would need. Papers with chemical formulas that didn't seem legal. Then he knew. He wasn't working for a company that investigates. He was working for people who were making drugs. These drugs were going to bad people. Clyde realized he was in danger. He wanted to escape. He wanted to tell the authorities. But they were watching him just as much as he was watching them. Before he could do anything, they caught him. He remembered a sharp needle, then nothing. When he woke up, he was in the room, his memories a jumble. Now Clyde understood everything. He remembered his past. He knew he had to help stop these criminals. He decided to work with the police. He told them everything he knew. He felt many emotions. He was sad about his past choices. But now he was assisting the police in catching a large group of people who made and distributed drugs. This gave him hope to do better in the future.
That's the end of our story. Great work. Keep practicing, and you'll get better at English every day. See you next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell for more stories, chats, lessons, and more. Happy learning!